Welcome back to Supers Live. Post race brought to you by Wags Custom and Cool Awards out of Goshen, Indiana. We're going to talk to our two winners here tonight. Double hitter on night number one, NASCAR Heat style for our North Carolina swing. Kyle Perry, congratulations, man. 2 years in a row. Now, I'm not so sure that you feel good about this, but a win's a win, man. You were stalking Keith put one on you, pal. When he got caught up by that lap traffic, the big question is, how in the world did you make it through that mess and mayhem caused by a lap car down there? And how were you able to continue when Keith and a bunch of other guys got wiped out?
Thanks. Yeah, I've always went by the saying in racing, I'd rather be lucky than good any day, and that's what I was tonight. I mean, I was definitely probably a second place car. Keith was gone. I don't think I would have been able to catch him. But yeah, I saw those guys wrecking there, and you just kind of poke and go where they're not.
Kyle, you had a strong race car all night long. That Bellinger Auto Orange Crate Brewing Machine was hooked up and rocking at both these tracks. What is it about these little 3/8 mile tracks that you really dig?
Yeah, Dasera, I don't know what it is. I just have taken a liking to it. I've ran pretty good there the last couple of years, and I wasn't a big fan of Orange County until really tonight. I kind of screwed up a little bit in time trials, set me behind the eight ball a little bit, but able to get back up to fourth. A track like that's just fun because slower is faster and really gonna make you drive the car.
Well, congratulations on that win in race number one, Kyle, and a great finish actually in race number two, top five. This is what it takes, the long game, to keep yourself in the points. Looking forward to tomorrow night, a couple of good runs so that you can make the Hickory hustle and go for that North Carolina Swing Championship. I know you got a few people you want to thank to help get you into victory lane here tonight at Sarah.
I just want to thank everyone at Supers. First of all, all the admins for putting this on for us. This is awesome. Definitely makes the long winter go by a little bit faster. So I just want to thank you guys for everything you guys do for us.
That's Cal Perry coming home, the winner at Dasera, and setting himself up good for night number two, staying up high in the points, trying to stay in the top eight after tomorrow night's races. Let's talk about the guy that finished second here tonight at Orange County Speedway. Has quite a few wins during the North Carolina Swing Championship. And one that's somewhat unexpected here at Orange County after he struggled here last year, Rocket Rob Warren starting up front's a lot better than starting deep in the pack and getting caught up by lapped race cars. But a good run for you tonight. How nervous were you when you got up to the lapped cars at Orange County Speedway, knowing how tight this track can be?
Actually, I wasn't really nervous because the previous races, the lap cars were pretty respectful and mindful and moved over. And I looked at the gap. I got to tell you, the first 20 laps, I was cheering for Gary Waldron running second. I'm like, come on, Gary, come on, Gary, come on, Gary. And I got, I don't know, maybe a 1.8, 2.0, 2.2 second lead. And then I saw it switch to Dave O. And I'm like, uh-oh, Dave O. Here we go. We got 23 laps to go, and I got a 2.6 second lead. That means I can lose a tenth of a second a lap and be up 3/10 on him at the end. So that was kind of what I was thinking. And then I was watching my line, and my spotter kept saying, that was your fastest lap. That was your fastest lap. That was your fastest lap. And I was slowing down more and more and going faster. So as I coasted more and more and got the car more under control, my lap times got lower. So I glance up, I got a 3.2 second lead, and now I'm coming up on lapped cars. So I'm like, there's 15 to go now. There's no rush. Let me follow these guys and see what they're going to do and see how much he chops out of this lead. Speaking of Dave O, we all know he's fast everywhere. So I backed it down. I coasted. Those guys were actually turning pretty decent laps ahead of me. I don't know what their lap times were, but I was running 11.156, 11.158, 11.15, just pacing the car, not overdriving it. And they were right there in front of me. And then one of them caught the outside wall. I went under him in the front straightaway, no problem. And then two cars started hitting each other going into turn one, and I said, "Oh, this isn't any good," and I backed right out of it. Luckily, the guy that I passed didn't try to do anything silly, but the two guys that were in front of me did nothing but try and wreck each other. And when I went around one, he slammed into the back of me like he thought he was racing me for position, like he thought he was racing me for first when he's going a lap down. So he punted me going into turn one, and I'm like, well, that was not very smart. Cruising around, I think I lost a 3.2 second lead, went down to 1.95, dealing with all that foolishness. But typically the lap cars are really good. Tonight, they were idiots.
Well, I think Keith Powell might agree with you after losing that first race. Rob, gathering things up. You're going to a couple of tracks that you've won at before, especially the second one tomorrow night, Concord Motorsports Park. You have dominated at that racetrack. You've swept night two several times. It's a lot harder now, I think, than it has been in the past when you were able to accomplish that. But still, with a win tonight, how much momentum does that give you going into tomorrow?
Tomorrow is a brand new animal, and you're right. It is a whole lot harder now than it was 3 years ago. I think 2 years ago, Brad started, and Davo was right there with him. And 2 years ago, we could race together. The two of them put their minds together, started making these wicked fast setups that they don't mind sharing because not many people can hold on to that car. I get their setups and I tighten it up and just watch them get smaller and smaller and smaller. So I think it was last year I was racing with Dave at Concord. He wasn't too far off the front of me, but I could really watch him pitch the car through the dog leg, and we were driving it way more with our throttle pedal than with our steering wheel through the dog leg, and it half to 2/3 throttle and getting tremendous lap times. Now it's not something I felt really comfortable doing on cold tires, but after about 4 laps, I could do it. But Dave can do it right off a restart. So Dave is now the Concord King, I think, and until we all figure out a way to drive the car on that razor's edge the way he's doing it, and then I think he's going to continue to be. I had my run. Concord and NASCAR Heat was one of my favorite tracks. That was really a let off and roll through turn three, roll into the throttle earlier and make that front straightaway super, super, super long. And most of the guys couldn't figure out to roll out early. I am, of course, always stated as a bottom feeder and out of the throttle before everyone else. So tracks like OCS really work in my favor. Concord really works in my favor, but tomorrow's going to be no joke. And before I get off of here, I'd like to quickly say thanks to Hairbag Studios, Breeze Graphics, Icings on Top, and Bobby G for continually making this exciting and interesting enough for me to keep doing it year after year after year.
Well, congratulations, Rob. Man, good to be back in victory lane. I know with the first fish race service machine and get yourself set up in points pretty quickly. Before we go, leading the points, Kyle Perry going into night number two. Remember, the points don't matter except being in the top eight, so you can get that invite to the Hickory Hustle. Kyle Perry, Dave O, Ryan Clune, Bob Gangler, Rob Warren, Keith Powell, Anthony Corsiniti, and Brad Keyser right now locked in to the Hickory Hustle. We'll see how things go tomorrow night. We invite you to come back here to enjoy night number two of the 18th annual North Carolina Swing. It's R Factor night with 50 lap racing events at Southern National Motorsports Park and Concord Motorsports Park. It's going to be an exciting show. Night number two of the North Carolina Swing, where it's 3 nights, 5 tracks, and 1 North Carolina Swing champion. Join us at 9:05. Congratulations to our winners here tonight, Kyle Perry at Dasera Speedway and Rocket Rob Warren at Orange County. I want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight. Thanks to First to Finish Race Servers, Icings on Top, Airbag Studios, BreezeGraphics.com, RJ Gill, Photos and Designs. Also, our friends at Grid Finder, Burger Smokehouse, and BMK Logistics. I'm Bob Gang. We're hoping all of you can make it back for tomorrow night. And remember, when there's lap cars in your way, you got to figure out how to keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground.
Well, if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love. And if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love. But if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love.